Well, hello everybody. How are you doing? I'm fine. Thanks for asking. It is bloody humid. It is so hot. You can probably see I'm sweating. I sort of want to open the window and put on the aircon, but I'm not too sure if my camera microphone will pick that up. But it's bloody hot in Japan as usual. And if you ever come to Japan in summertime, I recommend one thing: don't come in summer because it turns into a freaking oven. But good news, I've just finished work and I thought I'd take a little drive. I thought I'd take, well, I have to take because I'm going home, but I always like driving home, not just because of the thought of work finishing, and although that is nice, it's just because of the scenery, essentially. It's very, very scenic around here. Not too sure if my camera will do it justice, but yeah, I often pass really beautiful mountains and rivers. It's not as hectic, of course, as the cities, so it's always very nice, and I don't live too far away from my workplace either. I'm, you know, about 10 minutes away. But yes, I thought I'd just give you a little tour of my journey home, really. I have said in a previous video that I like driving in Japan. It's not as frightening or as scary as driving in the UK. This is just my experience anyway. Now there are things that are similar. So we both drive on the left-hand side of the road. So it wasn't much of a learning curve. I don't really know what I'm waffling on about. But anyway, back onto the main topic. Countryside, driving in the countryside. One thing that I have noticed here, I don't know if anybody can sort of enlighten me. Japanese people, despite there being, you know, a lot of land, people rarely have gardens. Or if you do have a garden, it's not really going to be a big garden. It's going to be quite modest. And the same with house sizes. You know, I haven't really seen houses that are kind of humongous here. I've never driven past a house and gone, oh my gosh, look at that house, that's huge. They've always been, yeah, very, very modest size. And what I've noticed is that every bit of green land here is turned somewhat into farmland. It's turned, because it's arable, you know, it can be used, it can be utilized. So there are hundreds, thousands, if not millions of rice fields in Japan, and these pretty much endlessly trail off into the distance until you hit a mountain where you can't farm anything on. Of course, it's an Asian country. Most of the country eats rice here, as do I. Rice is very easy to get, it's very easy to cook. Most people own a rice cooker of some sort. And yeah, my gosh, I do want to open a window here, but I'm doing it for the sake of my recording and camera. Anywho, another observation that I have made is that a lot of construction work goes on in the countryside also. So whenever I'm driving, there's always new roads being built, new plots of you know, land being built on, houses or new facilities are being built, which is great, really. I think the government is really trying to incentivize people to either stay in the countryside or move to the countryside. And having received stuff in the mail of the houses which are advertised, you know, new houses which are built, they're actually, you know, very, very cheap. It's quite surprising. And, you know, the houses, in my opinion, look very nice too. You know, they look very clean, they're well organized. So I think if you really do have serious ambitions of moving to Japan, you know, living in the countryside might be an option for you, because it's not so expensive. And I think the government is really trying to incentivize people not to just move to Tokyo or to Osaka, you know, these really sort of crowded concrete jungles, because the rent there is super expensive, and you're probably going to be living railroad crossing ahead. You're probably going to be living in a very, very small apartment. And as a guy who is 6'1", it's not nice. But having said that, my apartment is very spacious and it's very cheap too. And I do have a video of an apartment tour on my channel, so please do check that out. Oh, here we go. This is a super tight turn. I'll let this guy go. No problem, dude. Ooh, there we go. Ah. Okay, give the bow, give the sign of thanks. Bit of reverse culture shock that I'm probably going to have if I ever go back to my home country is just the inclination, no pun intended, but to always sort of give a little nod to everything. Oh, thanks, cheers, thanks, thank you. I'm gonna have to try and unlearn that. Unlearn not to do that. Turn. And what do we have here? We have a supermarket here. What's it say? Frozen stuff, vegetables, food stuff. We have a glasses, how do we say, opticians here. This big building on the left here, Inai. This is a department store. I've been here a few times for various stuff, which I cannot remember for the life of me. There's a lady here, which is who is using an umbrella because it's so bloody hot. There's an Edion, which is an electronics store. And on the left here you can see the 7-Eleven, the eponymous 7-Eleven stores that you get darted all across Japan. Convenience stores, just as the title suggests, they are convenient. You can do all kinds of things in convenience stores. Everyone will have an ATM. There's always toilets there. There's printers there if you want to print stuff, if you want to scan stuff, if you want to get certain documents from, you know, which, you know, if you don't want to go to the city hall, you can just go to a convenience store and pretty much type in your details and have them, you know, print off some personal documents there. You could buy tickets, buy Disneyland tickets, I believe, from there, but I don't know if they still do that, but last time I knew that, you know, you could. We have a supermarket on the left here, which you probably missed. So yeah, you know, I'm not out in the true sticks. You know, I'm not 30 minutes away from a from a convenience store. There are quite a few dotted around here. So in my opinion, I'm pretty much in a really good location here.